Night in the Woods is a 2017 indie game that focuses on the journey of a cat May, who returns to her hometown Possum Springs after dropping out of college. Upon returning home, May finds that the town has been economically suffering since the closure of the mines. Her friends and family work in low-paying retail jobs that have physically and mentally trapped them in the only place they have ever lived. These jobs offer little opportunity for the residents to live, a sentiment echoed by May's father, who tells her workers are supposed to be able to have a life. May herself is trapped in Possum Springs by her mental health, which has rendered her unable to exist outside the comfort of her own town. However, this too will begin to affect her. As May begins to reconnect with her friends, family, and the town itself, her mental health slowly deteriorates as she begins to dream of cosmic animal gods. These dreams grow in intensity as May witnesses a ghost kidnapping a teenager at the town's annual Harvest, a combination of harvest and Halloween. Her new obsession with this ghost is reflected in the more and more sinister nature of her nightmares, which often lead her to a sense of cosmic nihilism, leading May to feel more helpless and insignificant. Cosmic nihilism is the belief that the universe is unintelligible and indifferent to our struggles. The significance of May's dreams are that these cosmic animal gods represent May's anxieties about her direction and purpose inside a universe that doesn't care. This hopelessness is also reinforced as we begin to learn that May's disassociation from real life has plagued her throughout her adolescence, culminating in her assaulting a classmate years ago as he appeared as just shapes to her. This sensation of hopelessness and entrapment is a sentiment French philosopher Albert Camus explores in his 1947 novel The Plague. Similar to the economic prison of Possum Springs, Camus' characters are trapped in the fictional Algerian town of Oran due to a quarantine. As the plague strips their existence of all pleasures, their lives become monotonous, their lives hopeless. The protagonist, Dr. Bernard Roux, works tirelessly with his colleagues to bring an end to the epidemic. Yet for all their work, the plague continues to take countless lives. Like May's obsession with the ghost, fighting the plague has too become a compulsion for Dr. Roux. His attempts to lobby the head of the medical association, Dr. Richard, are met with almost complete apathy. The media too, which fixated on the details of the huge amounts of dying rats, are seemingly silent on the issue of the disease. Furthermore, the serum delivered from Paris is ineffective, and the deaths continue to increase despite his efforts. However, as all feels hopeless, Roux is sustained by his friends, who come together in a collective effort to fight the plague. As May's mental health begins to deteriorate, she too turns to her friends for support in finding the ghost. Whilst her friends question the existence of the ghost, they still support May, seeing as her health depends on solving the mystery. Yet, whilst they join her in order to find the ghost, these actions draw May closer to her friends as they open up about their lives to one another. These interactions are incredibly valuable to May's health, as they represent breaks from her obsession and opportunities for her to express her own feelings of hopelessness. Following investigation of the ghost, May finally stumbles across a hooded group in the woods who chase her. As she runs, she trips and falls into a deep coma. Upon waking, May travels to her friend's house and leaves once they have all fallen asleep to again confront the mysterious group. However, her friends arrive to join her, shooting the ghost and pursuing him into the abandoned mines. Here, they confront the mysterious group and learn that they are a cult who have sacrificed unwanted residents in order to save Possum Springs. Seemingly, the cultists are trying to control the uncontrollable economic, social, and environmental factors that had harmed their town. The cultists believe that the universe has some sort of purpose for their town. As such, they believe that killing people who have done wrong will in some way redeem the town and bring it good fortune. However, the universe does in fact not care, and it's the absurdity of this cult that finally allows May to confront her own purposelessness in the universe. Finally, May is able to confront the source of her hopelessness with her friends. However, whilst they try to leave the mines, a cultist attacks them, and the ensuing battle causes the elevator to collapse, trapping May and the cult in the mines. As May and her friends search for an alternative exit, May plunges back into the dream world and confronts a skycat, the embodiment of the universe's apathy towards May. May is done with a universe that doesn't care about her. She's finally confronting the issue head on, and she realizes that she alone is responsible for her own meaning. May doesn't care if the universe is apathetic to her existence. She makes happiness and meaning through her relationships. Ultimately, May embraces what Camus describes as the absurd, the belief that life doesn't hold any intrinsic value, and it is up to us to assign meaning to an indifferent universe. While she accepts that this caring makes her vulnerable to pain, it is worth it to feel like something so that she can hold on to life until she is thrown off. Finally, the plague cases begin to fall, and it appears that the work of Rue and his friends has been successful. However, his friend Taru falls ill, and whilst he battles until the very end, he ultimately succumbs to the disease. Whilst this is a moment of great tragedy to Rue, he laments that the plague has brought the two closer together, and he valued the friendship that he had with Taru whilst he lived. Whilst Rue remains hesitant to join the celebrations as the quarantine is lifted, he acknowledges that the plague has given him more to praise about humans than despise. The epidemic has shown him the value of friendship, and how humans are able to love and hope in the face of overwhelming disaster. Whilst Night in the Woods and the Plague initially present the metaphorical and physical prisons of the characters as hopeless, they come to realise the value of their shared experience. May perhaps best describes this when she describes her and Beau as friends through proximity. Whilst the two might not be friends in different circumstances, they make the most of their situation through each other's company. Rue also comes to appreciate the value of these friendships he has formed through the quarantine. These relationships sustained his efforts to cure the disease and reinforced his faith in the good qualities of humans. Ultimately, whilst we live in a universe that doesn't care about our existence, we are surrounded by people who do.